I'm back today with a new pickup. I would say this year has been a great year for Jordan 4s, and I think you can always tell it's a good sign when you're picking up pairs that you hadn't anticipated even buying, that weren't on your radar. Hadn't seen these. When these first came out, I thought they were pretty bland, pretty boring, but as time's gone on, I've realised this is a pair that could definitely work very much for me. And I want to go through and tell you my thoughts and feelings on this pair, which is a pair of Nike Air Jordan 4s in the wet cement Olympic colorway. You're hearing on loads of reviews how great the quality is and how they're a must-cop pair. And I heard that also with the oxidized green. I don't go out to give a different point of view to other people, but when you get these trainers in hand, and when you have like a breadth of different trainers like New Balance and all different brands, you get a sense of where quality is in that, I would say. And I think this is a good pair, but maybe not as great as everyone is making out. So if you don't know already, this pair is a 2024, it's called the Wet Cement. It's based on the Paris Olympics. It's based on the cement of Paris, and it's an all grey pair. And that reminds me a lot of this pair that I bought and reviewed a lot earlier in the year. See my review, I'll put the link up above, which is the London ZX8000s from Offspring. And also this is a pair based on coming from London and the concrete of the environment of living in London, and I suppose any kind of major urban city. So I'm not opposed to that as a theme. People will say this is a boring colorway, but I love a story, I love a bit of a narrative behind the design of the trainers, and this pair is based on the concrete of Paris, and I think that's fantastic. Like, I'm very proud of coming from London and coming from a city. I don't see that as a flaw, so I think that kind of sits nicely with me in terms of this as a colorway. That's the theme of the trainer, wet cement. I think it's a bit of a play on the idea of cement being one of the OG colorways of the Jordan 4. You got the white cements, which I'm just in the process of selling. And as you know on my channel, I'm a massive fan of grey in general. I think it's a great colorway in terms of trainers. It lets the trainers kind of do the talking in a quiet way, and also makes it just look a little bit more elevated, I think, a little less garish than you would get if it was a match of all different kind of bright colours all over the place, which I think can look a little bit childish. So if you're looking for a grown man pair, I would say this is them. I'll show some of the details in the visuals. I think what's worth noting are some of the touches that I really like. I wasn't all set on going for these at all, and last minute I thought, let me try and get them in hand, and I entered loads of raffles, and that is such a mistake in this current climate. I'm still got the mindset of like 2 or 3 years ago, where to get a pair that you really wanted, you had to enter 6 raffles. For AJ4s, AJ1s, and trainers in general, Nike trainers in general, I would say that's not the case anymore. Either the demand has just gone down, or they're making much bigger stock numbers, but this pair is all over the place. Actually in the UK, in my size, they're sold out everywhere. But what I made the mistake of doing was buying them from Sneakers and Stuff. Sneakers and Stuff is a Swedish brand, really fantastic boutique. I bought a lot of trainers on there over the years, but their shipping is £12, which is so expensive. So this pair ended up costing me £212, and I entered on my wife's account as well, so I ended up getting 2 pairs. So I've without doing anything, spent £24 extra on getting this pair of trainers, which is annoying for me. It kind of grates with me, but you know, I need to live and learn. So I've done this before. I ended up getting like 4 pairs of the UNC AJ1s last year. Ended up getting 2 or 3 pairs of the Bread Jordan 4s. And yeah, I've just got to wise up. Anyway, ended up getting a couple of pairs of these. So what that's allowed me to do, that I've talked about in this channel before, if you're getting a pair of Nike, I would say any trainer, but I would say for me, more so Nike, because they produce in such high volume. It's worth getting a couple of pairs in so you can pick the pair that is the best for you. And that's what I did with these. I got 2 pairs in, and I put together the pair that I'm happiest with. Even having said that, the pair that I like the most has a nick on the tongue, but when I compare that to the foot shape and the kind of roundness that I like on my Jordan 4s, I was happy to have this foot shape. So I can cope with little flaws here and there. I understand that's the way the world works, but it's got some great touches. You've got this cracked leather around the toe box, which I think is really, really nicely done. You have some good nubuck, not amazing, but good nubuck on the upper. You have nice touches like on the wings and on the eye stays, where they've kind of made it look distressed. So it almost seems as if the trainer has been kind of put through some wear and tear, a bit like you would get with cement. That's the same thing on the rear panel as well, where the Jumpman is visible. And that also links in nicely with the box. Ultimately, I don't think I would rather pay more for a trainer to get a good box. I don't care about the story that much, but it is a really nice box. It is in cement, and it lightly has the Jumpman printed in a kind of glossy finish where you can just slightly see it. And I think it is really nice to have a good box, and they've done the cement print all over this, which I think is, I'm not going to complain about that as a touch at all. Underneath we have a grey outsole, and the only other thing I think that's worth noting is it falls in line with like the craft pairs, like the green olive craft and the grey craft pair before that, where instead of having the actual netting on the Jordan 4, this is debossed. And as I've seen in other reviews, I don't know how long that will last, but it gives that effect that you need on the Jordan 4, because for me that is a staple. I can't stand it when they do other things like put perforations and stuff. It has to have that crisscross patterning for me, because that's what I grew up with, that's what the trainer is synonymous with. The lining's okay, £200 price point. I think that's a bit steep, but I've put them on feet and it's a pair that I really like. They are a nice pair. They really are a really nice pair of Jordan 4s. So I bought this pair in a size 11 and they fit true to size. They fit like most other Jordan 4s. Jordan 4s in general, you go true to size, but people talk about the pinky toe hurting so much in a Jordan 4, and what I've realised is if you're buying a snug pair like I used to be in my UK 10.5, maybe that's why it's so tight. I don't think these are a comfortable trainer necessarily, but they look good and they're not uncomfortable, particularly this particular pair. Haven't worn them a lot, so we'll wait and see. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts and feelings are. I know it's tough times and I am trying my best to shift so many pairs. Maybe I should do that in a video, because it's something I talk about all my videos, but it is an ongoing thing with me that I'm really trying to shift trainers. Unfortunately, it's like the worst time to be selling trainers. I wish I'd cleared out my collection over COVID, because I'd have been able to get rid so much easier. I'm trying to calm down on pickups, which I am struggling with, and just try and pick the pairs that I really like, but you know, I think I'm a little bit addicted. I think I struggle to not buy great pairs when they come out. So I'm working on that, but yeah. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are on this pair of wet cements. I know people are over the Jordan 4, I get that, but I think this actually is a nice pair. Are they amazing and are the quality materials out of this world? No, they're not. Are they good for Nike and Jordan 4s? Yeah, they are. Are they worth a cop? That's up to you whether you like the colorway or not, but I think actually on feet, this colorway looks really good, and you can't go wrong with greys. They just go with everything else. If you want to pop a color, you wear it somewhere else. They're not too loud, but you've also got this heat on your feet with a pair of Jordan 4s that look really classic and cool, I think. All right, loads more videos to come. It's summertime, I've got time. It's all good, it's all love. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Please share my vid. Please comment even better. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.